What's up, guys? Before we get started today, I want to tell you about a couple of things. There's two new links down in the description below. The first one is a Mepsking link for mepsking.com, and it's an affiliate link. I have become an affiliate of Mepsking, and I'm going to start reviewing some of their parts. You know, I just reviewed the 45 amp ESC the other day, and I'm going to do a follow-up review on that real soon. I liked it so much I'm having them send me another one, and also a F7 6S flight controller, so I'll be reviewing that pretty soon too. And but I'll be doing that follow-up review soon. But the affiliate link, it don't cost you anything to use it, and what you do is you just go down and you click on it. It takes you right to their website, and any parts you buy from them, then I earn a 15% virtual commission, which puts that money toward anything I buy from Mepsking, which will help me out, because you guys know I need all the help I can get. And also, if you decide you're going to do something like that and order something from them and use that link, hit me up beforehand, and maybe I can come up with you a discount code to save you even more money on your purchase. Now the other link is a Patreon link down there. If you like my content and you want to donate $1 a month or whatever, I don't care. That'll go toward props and things like that. If enough of you donate $1 a month, I should be able to buy some props. So I know that's asking a lot. Most of you is broke like me, but if you can spare it, just click the link down there and hit the donate. I appreciate it. Now today we're going to be working on Bo's frame, wiring things up, and I'm going to try to record most of it. So but before we do that, let me pull this camera here now. Got my little Runcam there on a thing I can go up and down with. I need a better camera for this, but it's all I got, so hopefully this will do. Actually, I went a little too far down with it. Okay, guys, the first thing you're going to need to successfully build a drone is a good cigar and a Dr. Pepper. Now, you can build a drone without these two things, but if you want a sweet-ass drone, you need a sweet-ass cigar. Get you a good Swisher Sweet or something like that, flavored one, and a Dr. Pepper, and you're good to go. Now, the next thing you're going to need, this is a must. You need a good set of tools like this Hart 61-piece precision screwdriver set. You can get this from Walmart for about $14 or $15. Has every bit you need, even the tiniest little bits for the GoPro lenses on the Session. This has it all, and it works great. It's a good set of tools. The next thing you're going to need is a good set of cutters and a good set of needle nose pliers. Then you're going to need something like these, a couple of little deep well sockets. This is a 732, and this one here is a 4mm. This one fits the 5mm nuts like goes on your flight controller. This one fits the little 3mm nuts like goes on your VTXs and little 03 units. So you need those. The next thing you're going to need is like a X-Acto knife, maybe a regular knife. You're going to need some blue Loctite. Make sure you have some blue Loctite so your screws don't vibrate out. You're going to need a little tool like this maybe to hold something so you can solder. This does good for the small shit like this and little tiny wires. Then you might need something bigger like this. I made this. This is a big old block of aluminum. I just took a mouse trap. I put some black electrical tape around it. Then I put a little wire tie around the thing there and put an arm off a drone on it. And there you go. You got a thing like that. And it can be used to hold stuff like that. Okay, to solder with. And it's heavy and it don't move around. Alrighty. Let's see what else. The next thing you're going to need is you're going to need a micro torch. You can get this from Walmart. It's pretty cheap. You're going to need some shrink wrap. I got this a long time ago. Big old bag of it, all different kinds in there. I've used most of the popular sizes up, and I'm left with all this crap, and I have to try to make do, but it works. You need a good roll of electrical tape. Don't buy the cheap shit. Get you some double-sided sticky tape, the thin kind and the thick kind. The thick kind, you will need them both. For when you're soldering on the small stuff, get you a good pair of glasses. When that don't do the trick, and maybe you got a 20 by 20 board you're trying to solder to, and you can't tell if you've soldered the two pads together, because sometimes it's hard to tell, get you some little magnifier like this. This is a 10 times magnifier. You put your eyeball right here, you look through it, shine a light over here to the side, and you can see. If that's not strong enough and you're trying to work on something really tiny, get you something like this. This is a 30 times magnification. It's almost like a microscope. It's got a light that comes on. You can work on your part through this little hole here. It's got an adjustment, and you look through it right here, and it's awesome. Now the next thing you're going to need is some blue tack. This stuff is sticky, works really well. If it gets dirty, which it will, just do it like this a few times and it will make it sticky all over again and be perfect. You can push that down on the table. You can put a flight controller and stick it down to it. You can solder on it. Then when you get done, pull it loose from the table, pull it loose from the flight controller. Sometimes some of this stuff will be stuck to it because it got hot. Just stick it back to the flight controller a few times like that and pull it. All the blue stuff will come back off onto this and stick. You can reuse this stuff forever just about. And it comes from Walmart for like $1 and something. The next big thing you're going to need is a soldering iron. Guys, do not go to Walmart and buy you a cheap $9 or $10 soldering iron that's got the rounded tip. They do not work well for soldering the kind of things we're going to be soldering. Go to somewhere like Banggood or one of the FPV stores or Amazon and get you a soldering iron that looks like this. One that has an on and off switch. It has a dial that goes up to at least 450 degrees. It will come with extra bits like this, different size bits and different shape bits. You can replace these bits when they wear out and get old. They're like $5, $6 a pack, and it comes with like 8 different bits. You just unscrew the thing here and replace the tip, put it in. This is a must-have, guys, and just put it on 450 degrees and leave it there, because that's where you're going to need to be soldering at. You're going to need a way to hold your soldering iron. I made this thing. It holds the soldering iron just perfect. Okay, what this is just some channel steel, and then I welded a little I had some box steel and I cut a piece off, made this little pocket here to hold my bits and stuff. I welded 2 big old bolts onto the side of it here and put nuts on it to hold my solder. I've got a magnet right here on the front of it, real strong magnet to hold things like needles and things like that. Because look, don't use, when you're going to be working on these kind of things, guys, and depinning things, don't use one of these. These do not work well. I mean, they'll get the job done, but you'll break a lot of these plastic things if you're not careful. The best thing you can do is get you a real small sewing needle. And you can pick one of those up just enough to get the wire out without bending or breaking anything, and reuse these over and over. A sewing needle is the best way to go. On this thing here, to hold my soldering iron in place like that, I just used some valve springs out of an old 5-horse lawnmower and welded those on there. I make a lot of my shit, guys, because I can't afford to buy it, so you need homemade things. I think I already went over this, but you need your micro torch to shrink your shrink wrap and to melt plastic things. Blue Loctite, the tape. Oh, you're gonna need some of this stuff right here. This is soldering flux paste. It's real sticky and messy, but it will make your solder joint shiny and make your solder flow really well. Take you a little toothpick or something like that and get you some out and rub it on where you're going to be soldering. But it's going to leave a mess when you're done, so you need some rubbing alcohol, 70 to 90% proof. I like the 90. There's actually 90 in this bottle. This is just an old 70 proof bottle, but I've got 90% alcohol in it. You spray it on your board when you're done. Use a little brush like this. You can get this from the Dollar Tree, and scrub it down and get all that mess off. And then when the alcohol evaporates, your part is just as clean as it was when you started. You're also going to need this. This is the main thing right here, guys. Get you just an old jar. This is a Tostitos salsa jar. Get you a natural sea sponge like from Walmart. Now make sure it's a natural sponge. If it ain't natural, it'll melt when you stick the hot iron to it, but the natural ones won't. Put you some water in it. That way when your iron's hot and your tip's all dirty, you can, if you got a big glob of solder on it, you can just tap it like that and it'll fall off in the water. Or Sometimes you want to cool your soldering iron off quick, you can just douse it in there for a minute and it'll go psst. Then you can also just do this. This is what the sponge is for. You wipe it like that and keep your soldering iron clean. And when you get done, put some more solder on your tip. That'll help save your tip. And then let it cool off like that with the solder still on it. Oh, that's about everything, guys. I think if you've got all those tools and the cigar and the Dr. Pepper, you're good to go. You should be able to build a sweet-ass drone, no matter what drone it is and no matter what parts you have. If you get confused on anything, just remember, the internet is your friend. YouTube is your friend. Almost anything you don't know how to do, you can look it up on YouTube and find a video about how to do it. That's exactly how I learned everything I know when it comes to doing this kind of stuff. That's pretty much everything you're going to need, guys. We're fixing to start working on this thing, but I think I'm going to make that a different video because I'm probably going to be working on this for a long time, and I want to film most of it. And so that video to a lot of people will probably be boring. Some people will find it interesting, but a lot of people find it boring and won't want to watch. So I'm mainly doing this for Bo's benefit. So that video will be up later tonight. Guys, I hope this was informative. You learned something, and please don't forget about the links down below, and please like and subscribe this video so it'll get shared out to other people more and help grow my channel. Guys, I love y'all. Y'all have a great day.